No, he doesn't hear us yet. There we go. Now you're doing. Oh yeah, you turn the mic up.
Good.
Yeah, you're smart.
I got the volume. We're almost ready to go. We had just a little bit of difficulty streaming, but we're almost ready to go.
Welcome to tonight's show. It's the Newcastle Racers Coaches Show right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network, and we are here at Luigi's in Newcastle. What a great place to be. What a great place to have some good food.
Wow. I'm going to tell you, you know what two things are, Gene, that are a great combination of winners?
Tell me, Keith.
You got Luigi's and you got Racer football, but you know what goes with Racer football?
Tell me.
You got the real deal here, okay? This is not the pizza. This is the real pizza, folks. This is Luigi's Pizza. So there's no intimidation here. This is the real deal here. So
delivered to Keith by the Supreme Commander here, the manager here, Angela. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
We're proud to be here. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're joining us either online or we got a lot of folks here in the restaurant in person. And we're here, as Keith says, we're here to talk about our friends, our fun, food, and football. So we're glad you're joining us here. Come see us tonight. There's still time. If you want to head this way, you got time to join us here for the most of the show here. We're here every Thursday night now. On Thursday nights.
Every Thursday, the rest of the season.
Last year was Tuesdays, but we're on Thursday nights at 6:30.
Only show. Let's just tune in.
The only one, the only coach's show. So we're here at 117 Northwest 32nd Street in the Tri-City area, just on the north side of Highway 37 and just a little bit east of Walgreens. So come join us. My name's Gene Reed, and this is my friend, my partner, a longtime racer fan and a great community guy, Mr. Keith Cleghorn, KC. What about how about the show tonight?
Wow, I'm going to tell you. So, Gene, not only do you start off the season with just racer football, but you travel to Bartlesville, and what an incredible way to travel back home. It's always good when you got those long trips. To win one, it makes the trip a lot shorter coming home.
That's so true. And so we've got a good lineup tonight. We have several great guests. We have our defensive coordinator is going to start things off with us in just a few moments. That's Coach Bo Bradshaw. Coach J.T. Ketch is our offensive coordinator, and he'll be joining us for the segment after that. And then following that, we have the MVP of the game,
wow,
Mr. Caden Longman.
What a game.
And then to wrap things up with keys to the game and a little conversation with the quarterback club president, Mr. Eric Ledoux. So it's going to be a great game. Now, I know these coaches, they're already getting ready for the next game. But us fans, I guess we fans, those of us who are fans, we like talking about that game we just finished. And now it's been almost a week. But let's talk about what about that game last Friday night.
Wow. Gene, I'm going to tell you, like I say, you travel. I remember as a kid traveling to Altus, okay, as a kid, and I thought, my goodness, is this town even in Oklahoma? And I promise those kids were thinking the same thing traveling to Bartlesville. It's a trip, okay?
Either way.
And to be able to make that trip up there and to win is fantastic.
We had some technical issues. We didn't get to watch it on our favorite streaming with Oklahoma Sports Network, but they were back in operation now. These things happen. It was a computer failure, couldn't be corrected. So we just can't wait to hear those. Listen, we couldn't do this without a lot of help, namely our producer, he does everything, but our producer extraordinary, Mr. Uriah Martinez, just outside of the camera shot there, he pushes the button, flips the switches, and he gets us on. So we couldn't do it without him. Very
talented young man. He got everything set up for us, and we're ready to go. Had a streaming difficulty there, and he figured it out.
I'm glad that he was here.
Absolutely.
And also just a shout out to there's a lot of people that help make this go well. But a couple in particular that has been a big help to me. Billy Collier, good friend and great representative of our community, but also for Oklahoma Sports Network. He does color for the ball games, and he has helped with the technology and getting things wrapped up and ready to go these past 2 weeks. And also a shout out to our friend Jennifer Lewis. Jennifer does the graphics, helps us get the pictures, the photos for Facebook and other postings.
She made us look good on that.
She
on
made
that
us.
poster.
I think that was a glamour shot.
Yes, it was.
I think she did some touch-up.
She did a little makeup and stuff on it.
Let's talk about that first game. What a game it was. As you said, the Racers win. They prevail 51-34. We did it on the ground, 25 carries, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns. We did it in the air, 16 of 21 passes, 247 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Ashton Schumard had 3 of 6 in passing, and 93 yards and a touchdown. And Blake Creswell, 13 of 15 completions. Pretty good, too. That's a pretty good hookup right there.
How about that young man?
And 154 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Pretty impressive. You look at those numbers, very impressive. Results of that is you get a win. So
that's right.
We did it on special teams. We had 2 kickoff returns. What a game changer, okay? You're down 15 at one point. You get 1 run back. It's 20-28. The game is and the momentum just changed from there on. Block punt that led to a TD, 47-yard field goal by Medrano. What a kicker he is. Right. That kid's got a
special teams as always.
And special teams can change a game, and it changed the momentum for us quickly.
Right. And how about that defense?
Did it on defense. I'm telling you, Alex Schumard, big interception, led to the field goal. Put us right back there, 23-28, I believe it was, somewhere there like that. Going off memory there. Made some big stops. How about my favorite guys of all? How about the big men up front? They got pushes on every play, 3 to 4 yards. Gene, I'll tell you, any coach will tell you this. If you get a push 3 or 4 yards, that'll make an offensive guy happy. Tucker Brown, 11 tackles.
Look at these tackles.
Wow.
11 tackles in one game.
How about Preston, 10 tackles, Ashton, 9, Bradford, 8, Nick's 8. Gene, I'm going to add this to you. Those are impressive numbers. We're going to need those exact numbers tomorrow night again.
So true. And they weren't all the tackles, obviously.
No.
We had several guys involved in defense. Those are some of the ones who come up with the big numbers. And 4 exciting minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 exciting minutes of Racer football. Let me talk to you a little bit about those last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, if I may, Keith. Actually, technically 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first half. What happened? Bartlesville led 14-13 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. And they completed a pass to number 18 for another touchdown that put them ahead 21-13. Bartlesville then kicks a deep onside kick, and they recovered it on the Racer 29-yard line.
And you're scratching your head at this point going, oh, boy.
They connect another pass, and now it's 28-13 with 3 minutes and 34 seconds remaining.
Down 15 points.
Down 15 points. Wow, it's going to be a tough locker room. Maybe not. Due to a penalty, Bartlesville has to kick off from their own 25-yard line, and they kick it to a kid who picks it up and runs 65 yards for a return, Mr. Caden Longman.
And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Me and you will talk about that later, but we had a couple of conversations going on that time. I don't know which one was excited, me or you.
We were very excited, and that brought the score up. The lead changed from 28-13 to 28-20. Medrano now, due to a penalty on our part, he also has to kick off from the 25-yard line, and that kick sails 63 yards before it hits the ground. Lands in the hands of the returner on the 12-yard line. He did get a run back of about 20 yards.
Hey, we're going to want those kicks with our team Saturday, okay?
Yeah,
we're going to need those kind of kicks Saturday.
Yeah, so you get a 20-yard run down, and they get a 20-yard run back to about the 40-yard line, and they drive again and about to score again. A long pass. Can't remember the receiver's number, but our number 13 was there on the 4-yard line. Alec Schumard intercepts it, pushes him back to the 1-yard line when he gets up, but he gets credit on the 4-yard line. So now we have the ball back again. Creswell is in at quarterback now. Bradford makes some runs. Longman makes a reception. Alec catches 2 passes, and it gets to be we're down to about 31 seconds left.
And I'm going to tell you, the game has completely changed. And I promise you, the team felt the momentum.
It's almost completely changed. It has changed, but there's more, because with 30 seconds left, we have an incomplete pass, another incomplete pass. One of those actually lands in the hands of the defender, but a flag says it was pass interference. 2 seconds remaining. Brian Medrano kicks a 47-yard field goal.
Good.
And it is good. And now, as you say, it is the momentum has changed. So I just wanted to kind of reflect back. I went back and watched that over and over again. That was a beautiful 4 minutes, and we've seen it from racers before, and they did it again. So what a fun. So it's fun to look back, but now we're going to be talking to we're going to bring up Coach Bradford in just a moment, then Coach Ketch, get some more insight, a little bit of insight into that game Friday night, maybe a lot of insight in some of these upcoming games, right?
A big game coming up tomorrow night. Everybody knows that in the Tri-City area, but we got two guys that know the heart of what's going to happen.
That know. And there's a booth over there with several coaches in there, and I walked over there, and they're working.
Absolutely.
They're working right now.
And as a fan, that makes me happy.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, defensive coordinator Bo Bradshaw will be with us. We say thanks again to Luigi's for hosting us, and you're watching the Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Channel. We'll be right back. We're back. Sorry, missed the signal. We're back here at the Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Network at Luigi's in Newcastle. We'll be here every Thursday night, as I said, 6:30 to 7:30, live on the Oklahoma Sports Channel, plus on demand. You can watch it. Even better, come to Luigi's. If you're not here with us tonight, mark your calendar on Thursday night. Come join us. A lot of great food here, and we get to enjoy some. We kind of hang around and eat a bit. So we're right here at 117 Northwest 32nd Street in Tri-City. And as I said, we're joined now by Racer Defensive Coordinator, Coach Bo Bradshaw. Coach, welcome. Glad to have you here.
Yeah, Coach, fantastic. It's wonderful to be able to talk football. It's even better to be able to talk defense, okay, on the week of Tuttle, okay? From an old guy that used to say, my coach used to tell me all the time, defenses win game. I don't know if they all agree with that anymore, Coach, but I still like that idea.
Oh, yeah.
A couple questions for you here. And a statement here. Hard-fought game last week, okay. It's a long trip up there. Maybe a little bit of a lag starting off. I don't know, because you got that 3-hour trip up there. It's kind of like riding a donkey, in a bus for a while. So it's a hard trip, okay. Racers defense tightens up in the second quarter. As we discussed a minute ago, it was a game changer by an interception. We had a change there.
Some big stops.
Big stops. How did you think the defense responded early in that situation when you were down maybe 15 points at that point? How did you think the defense responded?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the response, big play by Alex Schumar there to end the half.
Absolutely.
Y'all talked about that. The defense, I think, mainly responded in the second half. But if you remember the first series, we actually caused a fumble on the other side of the 50-yard line, on that very first series. And
That's
I think,
right.
it was Ledoux that came around and punched it out. And Ashton Schumar hopped on the fumble and recovered
That's
it.
right.
So we started off really hot.
Yep.
But Bartlesville, they're just a really good team. They're really well coached. And they had a bunch of trick plays. I mean, I went back and counted them, and I think it was about 5 different trick plays that they ran against us in the first half, and then a bunch of screens and just stuff that's really difficult to defend and hard to simulate in practice. And I think they finally, honestly, just ran out of trick plays. And whenever they fell back into their base offense, it was what our guys had prepared for all week.
Coach, it's incredible you say that, because I told Gene, I said, this is a well-coached staff. I said, because, my opinion, when you have a team that might be just a little more talented you're playing, you put all the trick plays in, okay?
Yeah.
And they had a book, and they worked, and then they got ugly, okay? And so that's a credit to the defense. That's a credit to you adjusting that. Great job on those trick plays. It's hard to prepare for those, but they run out after a while.
Right. Well, Coach, how about anyone that put you on the spot, because I know a lot of guys stepped up. Anyone in particular, was anything that kind of like anyone who maybe especially stepped up in a leadership role or something like that?
Yeah, the first person that comes to mind as far as like a leadership role, because we graduated a lot of kids last year, and this was our first year back. The first kid that popped in my mind was Tucker Brown. He was playing linebacker for us this week, and he played a lot last year too.
Yep.
But this year, he's a returning starter and a senior. And, there's guys that you expect to kind of go out there and to be vocal leaders. And not that he's never, shied away from leadership, but he's never really been the vocal guy. And he was the one getting us lined up and making the checks and adjustments out there on the field, even with the coverage, because he kind of directs the front, but he was even helping out the coverage guys too, making sure that they saw the different formations and adjustments and things like that. So I was really impressed with Tuck.
Well, I could have done some of that, because I watch practice. I sneak into practice, and I know some of their calls. I could have yelled out any time.
Yeah, I'm not sure
I'll just give you the headset, Gene.
No.
You can call the game tomorrow. You want to?
Maybe in a few weeks.
Okay.
Coach, obviously big game, okay? But let's stop here and talk about that. The defense that played last week was pretty just dominated in the second half. Yes, there was some momentum change, but how do you prepare? You got a Tuttle team, and I watched them. I'm in Stillwater watching the ball game live, and I got scored up, and I'm watching Tuttle. Okay, and so I'm watching them. They're fast, but one thing they do is they start off fast. How do you prepare to slow that down right away, because they're fast, and obviously they're talented all over the field.
As will be the two teams after that. So whatever you prepare for.
Absolutely, but how do you prepare to slow that down?
Yeah, anytime you're going in, right after you get done on a Friday and you're getting ready for your next opponent, we break it down. We look at what their tendencies are and what they do and things like that, and then you try to do your best to simulate it in practice. You've got your ones out there on defense, and so you're trying to get the best of the guys that you can that aren't on the starting defense to simulate what their offense looks like.
Yeah.
And we're lucky to have a lot of guys that are really committed to playing that scout offense. And so they simulated the best they can, and sometimes it's pretty close, and sometimes it's kind of far off.
Coach, you said something that we were talking about earlier. You said those guys that are on scout teams, and I told Gene this earlier. I said those guys on scout team are so critical all through the week. They may not get on the field, but they're playing as hard as they can, and they're making the team as a team better.
Absolutely.
And that's in critical condition to be able to push that defense to be better every single week.
Absolutely. We have some great guys that do it week in and week out, and they just want to play football. And so sometimes we're sending them off the field because we only need 11 guys out there. But Brody Foster is a kid he's been like a scout team stud, ever since he stepped on campus for us, and then we had a couple other kids who just are big-time scout players. Caden Davis has given us really good looks. I was talking to you earlier about that at running back. And, there's guys all over the field.
And Deacon Lyles throwing the ball around.
Deacon is impressive.
Yeah.
He's going to – he already is, but he's going to be a really impressive quarterback one day.
And we see that in practice. You just engage. You involve so many kids with talent on both sides of the ball back there. So when they put the yellow caps on or whatever it is to designate, first or second string, whatever it is, both teams seem like they're powerful. Seem like all 22 guys you have out there at any time, and then you plug guys in and out. So that depth looks pretty good to me.
It was one of the things, too, when I was talking to Coach Judd Wilson last year. It's like, how can we improve for next year? And he just talked about wanting to develop more depth, so we tried to make it a priority.
We thought it was big last year. We thought
yeah.
we thought depth was, but I hear it's even more so.
Yes, yeah. And I think that comes with the growth. Last year we were the smallest number school in 5A, and so whenever you're playing against the bigger 5A schools, they're going to have more depth than us because they've got more numbers,
Right,
and so
right.
we've really tried to improve and develop the young guys that we have, and I think they've grown significant. And you see that in guys like Braden Cantrell, who was doing the scout team last year, and he's our starting nose guard this year.
Yeah.
And he makes a phenomenal, probably the play of the game.
That's right.
Possibly play of the season,
Yeah.
candidate, in week 1 or week 0. Where he gets his interception over there on the sideline
Yeah.
for us,
Yeah.
little toe tap, and
Right.
that's just it's a testament to what Coach Wilson's tried to do, but just developing young players.
Coach, we were talking earlier this week and then last week as well, and me and Gene was talking. We said you take a team like that we played last week, and they've got that first 11 that's really good, but what you just hinted on is that the second team and that third team, that depth where you can roll them in and out and keep that fresh body rolling in the front of her, what I say, the big men, okay?
Right.
And you keep that front pushing or holding, and that's the game changer when the third quarter comes along, the fourth quarter comes along, and I saw that just getting further and further where they just got really, really tired.
Yeah,
And you just kept rolling guys in.
And I think that's a testament to what Coach Engelking, Coach Pound do in the summertime, with the Racer Power stuff. Our guys were just in great shape, and, they were doing a lot of hurry-up offense, and we were getting tired in the first half, but then you could tell that they were more fatigued than us significantly in the second half last
Exactly.
week. Yeah.
Exactly. Coach, how about for the fans' sake, this game coming up tomorrow night? What do you think they'll see from the other team? Do you think they'll see a balance of run pass, or are they strong one? Do they lean more on run than the pass, or vice versa?
So far, they've shown that they want to pass the ball a lot.
Okay.
They have a really good running back too, and some talented linemen. So they're capable of doing both. But they've really shown last week. And they played Guthrie, it's a different team. They do some different stuff than we do defensively. But they showed last week that they really want to throw the ball around. And they've got guys, they've got talent on the field. I think everybody kind of knows what to expect with the Tuttle Tigers.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Coach, we're going to be traveling to Tuttle tomorrow night. That place will be packed. It'll be crazy. It'll be wild. They'll be lined up around the fence. The stadium will be. How do you prepare for practice this week? It's going to be a loud atmosphere. It's going to be the crowd is going to be into it. Any extra preparations or anything like that you prepare for in a game?
Well, you try to put them in chaotic situations throughout the week. You try to rush them around and make them make quick decisions, and don't give them time to really process or think, and just kind of have to react.
Because that's how it'll be.
That's how it'll be, and that's what you want. That's what you want Friday Night Lights to be,
Absolutely.
And I'm excited to get to play in an environment like that.
We know they're going to be fired up. We've got rival games coming up for 2 weeks. Elgin's not exactly rival, but it's going to be like one.
Right.
You want the kids fired up, and yet you want them in control. How do you balance that? Is there any secret to that? Because you don't want to take away the fire,
right?
But you don't want to lose control. So what do you tell them?
Man, that's the $1 million question, isn't it? I mean, how do you get a little bit of both? And I think that's where you get some of the great players. With looking back last year, like the Taj Smiths kind of guys, where it's like
big guy.
They are completely. Giving it all they got, but at the same time, they have the self-control to where they're not getting penalties and they're not getting rattled and things like that, and the guys that are able to balance it that perfectly, they're far and few in between. So you kind of try to have to mix the personalities. You put the level-headed guy with the hot-headed guy. That was, make another reference to the guys from last year, but that was Hunter Berry and Aiden Elcision, little fire and ice kind of thing.
Yeah.
Coach, when you put 11 guys together as a team, it's hard to beat, okay?
Yeah.
And we have 11 that I truly believe it can travel down the road here just about 13 miles, 12 miles down the road and can beat that team down there. And I believe that with that's confidence in the team, that's confidence in you guys, and it's going to be a loud, crazy atmosphere. I'm excited.
Any word for the fans?
Oh, just come out and support. I talked to a guy at my church group last night. He said his wife has season tickets to Tuttle, and they sit on the 50-yard line. He's going to be wearing a blue shirt. So I told him I'll find him. Yeah, I told him I'll find him.
Fantastic.
Let's see, where's the camera? Well, the The camera may not be able to catch that, but we should scan over there. Well, Coach, we thank you for being here. You're one
wonderful.
of our favorites.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, y'all are my favorite.
Always fun. Always fun.
And if you hear another coach say that we told them that too,
They're lying. Yeah, they're lying. I know it.
We're just trying to.
That's awesome.
Hey,
I
we're
appreciate
we're
you.
going to take another break. It's such a pleasure to have Coach Bradshaw here. We'll be joined in a moment by Newcastle offensive coordinator JT Ketch. And so we'll be right back. You're watching the Coaches Show on Oklahoma Sports Network. Thank you. Come right back.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
Stuck inside for Wi-Fi? Not this summer. With Pioneer Fiber, get backyard Wi-Fi up to 950 feet from your home. So you can binge, game, Zoom, or work straight from your hammock. Add it for just $9.95 a month or get it free with a gig bundle. That's cheaper than your cold brew fix. Visit a Pioneer store or gopioneer.com and level up your summer.
And we're back, the Newcastle Racers Coaches Show here on Oklahoma Sports Channel. Speak up. All right.
Yeah, that's my wife telling me to be louder.
We already have direction from the crowd on our guests here. So she said, speak up, Coach, when it's time. Not yet. In just a moment, speak up.
And
First,
I just said that.
First, I just want to say shout out. We got people watching who actually sends us texts, and my good friend Michael Littlejohn gives me thumbs up when we're doing well. He'll give me something. So thanks, Mike, for keeping an eye on us, and all of you. We're glad you're watching the Oklahoma Sports Network, watching the Coaches Show here. We're joined now, as promised, by Racer Offensive Coordinator Coach JT Ketch. He has his own coaches in the crowd here who will help him to be heard.
I think he's got his own fan group here. Yeah, he's got a fan group here.
So just to get things started, walk us through that Bartlesville game. I know that was last week, but fans enjoyed it. Walk us through it from your perspective.
I think it was definitely felt like a first game. A little bit of slop, a little bit of mess. But I felt like when we were executing, you got to see a little bit of the kind of talent we have on the offense side of the ball this year. And once we hit that groove and they realized that we were going to be able to do what we wanted, they were confident and they took control, and we were able to keep executing. So I was pleased with how it turned, and you could see the upward trajectory towards the end of the game. I wish the start wasn't so little sloppy, but
hey, these young men, there's jitters. It could be jitters.
Yeah. I mean, everyone has them. Coaches, officials, everybody.
Yes, everybody. And but I agree with you. Once they kind of got their feet under them, so to speak, or whatever. And Coach, we have a lot of returning players, but some of them were in new positions. So how do you think they did in terms of adapting to their role?
Yeah, we had some shakeups. Some guys shifted around on the offensive line for sure. I thought they did really well. Baylor Blakey came back to us. Senior came out, and he's been center. He's been terrific. Garrett Pratt's played about every offensive position that we have on the O-line. I thought he did a really good job. Got Jeffries, who came in and played tackle for us. He was playing guard. Yeah, he was playing guard a lot throughout the spring and stuff, and then he was playing tackle. I thought he did solid. And then new quarterback came in. I mean, 13 for 15 is pretty good. It's a good game.
It's real good.
Very
good.
And Ashton is always solid.
And Ashton is always solid.
What a great leader he is.
Longman played a little bit. He played a little bit, did a few things.
Yeah,
so
he did. He did.
he was helpful.
Coach, I said this, and you just about the end of the first quarter, second quarter, me and Gene were talking, and I said what you just said. We just need to calm down, and we'll win the game.
Yeah.
Just calm down, gather your senses up, and we're a much more talented team. We'll win the game. I said that end of the first quarter. They just need to calm down. They did look like they were a little jittery.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a bus for 2.5 hours, and all you get to do is think about it.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
I'm driving a bus for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
All I could do is think about it because it's not like it's a interesting road. We were going straight for a very long period of time.
Right.
But it's natural to kind of show up, and it takes a little bit to shake the rust off. I mean, you had the scrimmage, but it doesn't feel real like a real game.
Right.
Like you can't replicate what a game feels like, no matter how hard you try. And I feel like once they got back into that rhythm and realized we've done this before.
Blakey had to step off for a play or two, and was that Ledoux that shifted over back to center? And
yeah, that was fun. I was asking for the press box. I can't hear because they had their mics up and they were trying to work it out. And I got a kid running on the field trying to yank off a glove. No, he's not yanking off a glove. Someone else is and running off to throw it. And I was.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, a couple things that we saw that big plays made down the field, blocking. I'm going to tell you, the front line did a fantastic job, but there was some great blocking down the field, okay?
When those receivers block for someone else downfield, that's
they were terrific.
That's fun to see.
Absolutely. Does that require some – I know how you guys have changed a few things. Does that require any special practices that you guys are doing that you're blocking? Because you don't see a lot of that performed early in the season that good.
Yeah, it's definitely a focal point. That was something we felt last year was a big point of emphasis was getting our receivers to be more involved in blocking.
Well, and you got a Longman that has a 65-yard and changes kind of the momentum of the game.
And that doesn't happen without Alec getting out there and doing his job.
Absolutely.
There was a play where Santorio blocked about 4 different guys.
Did he?
Yeah.
All the way down the field, he just pinballing off guys all the way down.
Yeah,
wow, that's
we were talking, and you got the spectacular 65-yard, but the blocks going down the field were really special.
Yeah.
And that to me, as a fan that I've played football, been around football my whole life, I was impressed with.
So a shout out to everybody, but downfield blocking, guys, it makes a difference. So.
Oh yes,
absolutely.
And that was Lewis and Puckett. Our receivers coaches have done a great job with those guys, getting them to not just want to do it because they want to execute and they want to do well,
Hey,
but
Coach,
just giving them the skills.
All right, good.
Coach, shifting gears here, okay? Obviously, there's no surprise here. You got Tuttle down the road. That's a huge rivalry.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, it'll be packed. It'll be loud. It'll be crazy. And Tuttle will be ready. Their defense is quick. I watched them as I said earlier. I'm at the Oklahoma State game, and I got scored up when I'm watching Tuttle, okay? The defense is quick. They start fast.
Yeah.
What's your preparations on far as changing that, going to your side to make sure that you're balancing that out?
Yeah, I mean every opponent gets the same amount of preparation. You know what I mean? It's not like you can't go in and be like, all right, this week we're going to double down, and then this week we're going to lay off because the kids feel that. I mean,
Sure.
they can see with the way you show up.
Absolutely.
So it's about staying consistent and making sure that all our preparation is intact and that we're engaged at all times. We're coaching kids up every play and working to make sure we're as prepared as humanly possible.
Consistency is key, and me and Gene talked about that. The consistency that you guys have put in play is actually shows in the results of our team.
Right. Which kind of plays into my question that I had noted down, but you kind of addressed it. We were down 15.
Yeah.
And yet our guys stayed calm, collected, and they recovered.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the question inside of that? Is that is that a role of coaches? What's the role of coaches in helping that? Because I'm sure if you get rattled, they're going to stay rattled or get rattled.
Yeah, and it's
So-
for me, I think from where I'm at, I want them in the press box. So even if I'm screaming, it's not like anyone knows.
Except other people in the press
Except for everyone, and they had big glass windows, so I'd have been a spectacle. But for me, as far as when they're hearing what calls I'm making, I mean, you can tell when someone's pressing in their play calling. Mm-hmm. So it's about staying to the script. What did we have planned? What did we work? what are we here to do, and what was the game plan going in, and sticking to that.
Right.
And I think that helps ease them up. And there's always a few plays that kids are more comfortable with than others, right? And so maybe you call that. You call what they feel most comfortable in. Let them get loose. Give it to, make sure that the guys that can do something with it to give us some energy.
That's not the time to bring some
No, it's not the time to
trick play
to bring the flea flicker in or anything. Yeah.
Very good.
Coach, you just hit on something I want to say is that you said consistency, and they're going to react off of what you react. And me and Gene has talked about this, and I used to say is that good coaches, okay, and you take some of the great NFL coaches, college coaches, whatever, they're pretty consistent and they're calm, okay, and your team reacts to however you coach and you are as well. And so I think that's a key to the game as well. Big rivalry going down the road here. Tuttle's going to be ready for us. I'm excited to travel down the road with us and see us get a win.
Yeah, it's what high school football is all about, games like this. I mean, there's going to be I think last year at ours there was 11, 12,000, something like that.
It'll be packed.
It'll be packed.
It's always exciting.
Well, we're excited. Any words for the fans or the student body? I mean, they're going to be there and they're going to be loud.
Yeah, they know what to do.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Well, we're proud to have you, and thank you for being on. And
of course,
we have Coach Brickman has 14 or 15 other coaches on his staff now, so I don't know if we'll get them all worked in here, but we got the two big ones here first, and maybe we'll get you back again. But we're so proud to have you in here,
Coach. I'm thankful you're here, okay, and I'm thankful for what you've instilled in our guys, and I'm thankful that we're going to travel down the road tomorrow night and get a win.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Right,
Thank you for being here.
No problem.
You're watching the Oklahoma Coaches Show. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we will have, it's called MVP.
Wow.
We'll have Mr. MVP himself.
What a show. What a show.
Coach, thank you.
Can't imagine who that is.
We'll take a break now. We'll be right back.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeblood. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
And we are back at the Oklahoma Sports Network Coaches Show.
Yes.
For the Newcastle Racers. We're here at Luigi's, and we're having a great night so far. Got a good crowd. I see a lot of food been ate.
I know, and we haven't get to eat yet, and I'm hungry because you just smell this. It's fantastic.
Everyone's having a great time, looking great. Look at all the fans out there. We don't hear you guys very much. There they are. There they make a little bit of noise. But we've had a good crowd here tonight, and if you're watching us online, we welcome you, and we hope you will join us each Thursday night from 6:30 to 7:30 live on the Oklahoma Sports Network here at Luigi's. We have our next guest here. We're joined now by MVP, Mr. Caden Longman.
Wow.
But, Caden, if you'll allow me, because you deserve the MVP, but also you had a group of people doing a great job. So if you don't mind, let me just mention some of the guys. There must be 30 kids. We could give out game balls to a lot of different players, but some of the ones who got recognized by their coaches. MVP is Caden Longman. Offensive Player of the Week, Blake Creswell, number 6.
Wow.
Defensive Player of the Week, Braden Cantrell, number 76.
What a stud.
Coach Bradshaw was bragging about him, correctly so. Special Teams Player of the Week, Mr. Caden Longman.
I wonder why.
Scout Player of the Week, 2 of them. One was Deacon Lyles, number 9. Deacon is a freshman quarterback.
Gene, we've actually talked about these 2 kids here, these scout teams. They're go all the time.
They are, and so his significance on preparing during the week. The other Scout Player of the Week, Caden Davis.
Yeah.
Coach mentioned him. Hammer Award went to Ashton Schumard.
And not a big guy.
But we saw the hammer come down a time or two.
Absolutely we did.
And the most knockdowns, Mr. Cody Nix, number 71. So a great group of guys. Caden, thanks for being here. We appreciate having you. And Keith has his first question, or maybe a judgment statement. I can't remember.
I don't know. Caden, let me start by saying this. At 9:58, I text Gene the other night.
At 9:58 that night?
9:58 that night, and my statement was Longman all night. Okay? His reply, and we were laughing about this, he said, dude, I don't even know if y'all say that or not, okay? But that's how impressive it was with a 65-yard run. And it was a game momentum changer, okay? But I thought it was funny that we were both recognizing the momentum here, okay? The momentum shifted there, okay? But go back to that, when you caught the ball, play it for us.
On the kickoff return?
Yes.
On
the kickoff return.
Well, actually, Ben was supposed to catch the ball, but he missed, so I was just kind of right there.
Oh.
And then
it took one bounce, didn't it?
Yeah, it took a bounce.
Yeah.
And then I just got it and started running.
Started running.
The right way, the right direction.
Great blocking downfield.
Right before that, they had just went up 15, so I kind of knew we needed a big play to get things going again.
Could you feel that momentum when after you scored that?
Absolutely,
yeah. The team was excited and the momentum had shifted.
Well, was the first run back just before the end of the first half?
Yes, sir.
So, according to the clock, it took him 11 seconds to run those yards. But he ran more yards than just straight line because he went back and forth. He probably ran 200 yards. But about 10 seconds from the time they kicked it, 10 seconds, we had 7 points on the board.
Yeah, I was all over the board screaming, yelling, so I couldn't tell.
Let's see, I was going to ask him why did I write that down about 9:58? Oh, yeah, that's you. You're a multi-sport. I know you play one other. What's your other sport?
Baseball.
Are you good at that?
I'm committed to go pitch in college, so I'd say.
Well,
he's good at it.
Yeah, we were told that.
He's good at it.
That he loves baseball.
We know you're good at it. We love you in that sport too.
Absolutely, fantastic.
And you're one of the. In fact, you're one of the athletes who very active in year round. You travel. You and your dad go, and you and your family go, and you go to camps and everything like that. So tell us about some of the places you've traveled in the last year or so.
So this summer we actually went pretty much everywhere. We went to I got to go up to Omaha. We played in New Mexico, Kansas, Missouri, Texas, Arkansas.
And these are all baseball related?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. Alabama or Georgia, weren't you down southeast some, or was that maybe a previous year?
The year before that, we actually went to Georgia, and I got to play for Team Oklahoma in the future games. Yes,
very good, very good, very good, very active.
Kate, serious question here, okay? Before we get to the bottom of this here, okay?
We need to know.
We want to know what the serious question is here, and the serious question is that before I ask you this, what's your favorite food to eat? I know you're not a big guy, but you can't say yogurt or something like that, okay? It's got to be something that's manly. What's your favorite food?
I actually love seafood.
I love seafood.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I love
Good, good,
seafood.
good.
One other question here. What's something you accomplished that's made you a better athlete and something you've achieved that you're really proud of? Something that, and that doesn't have to be in athletics. That doesn't have to be, what is something you really are proud of?
I think just becoming better as like a leader and better as a teammate over the years. Like last year, for example, like I didn't really lead or anything. Like I was just kind of there, and then stepping into like an actual leadership role this year.
Good. What does that look like? Is it vocal or what does leadership look like to you?
Vocal, lead by example, like stuff like that.
Command the huddle or
Yes, sir.
okay,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
It probably doesn't happen in football. It might, I don't know, but sometimes the leader is the kid who says, "Hey, we don't do that here," or something
Absolutely.
like that, right? I
Absolutely.
mean, sometimes it's not easy to do, but sometimes someone will do something or say something, and it takes the right person to say, "Hey, we don't do that."
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things you have to consider, right?
Yeah, I actually think we have as a team, we have really good leadership all around. It's not
Good.
like just a couple people. It's like everybody is kind of on board.
Good. Well, I'm going to tag on back to the food question. How about getting ready for game day? And what's your favorite game day food? Is it a ritual? Is it a ritual, or just does it vary?
Me and my friends, we actually eat Qdoba a lot.
You do what?
We usually
Qdoba?
go to like Dick's and stuff the day of the game to like just mess around, like kill time, and we usually eat Qdoba right before we come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, who's that over there by your dad?
That's Blake Criswell.
Oh, is that Blake? Blake, you change looks every time I see you. Yeah, yeah. Well, we don't know Blake as well. He's relatively new to
he
us.
is new. He's new.
If he made a move on the field, I know it's Blake because he's got his moves.
Well, you're going to see a lot of that young man this year. So.
Yeah. What else do you have? Oh, yeah. You're going to challenge him, man.
I actually put this down. Then you came in tonight, so I'm going to pun you, okay? And here was my statement. I told Gene this. I said, I want to say to you, I want you to stay, please humble, okay? And you're going to do great things this year. And then you come in with that shirt tonight, and I go, oh, my goodness, okay? so whatever you can do this year, make sure that you're leading, okay? But make sure that you stay humble, young man,
Yes,
because you've got great things ahead of you, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Thank
so you came in, and I thought, there went my last statement with that shirt he had on.
And so my last statement is, remember me when you make a big time. That little guy back in Oklahoma, we got to take care of him. Hey, Caden, we're proud of you. Any
Absolutely.
final thoughts or words you want to mention? Anything? Any final messages or?
No, not that I can think of.
All right, man, we're proud of you. Well,
Caden, let's go get a win. Let's
Yes, sir.
duplicate last week, brother.
Caden gets a recognition, but like I said, if you started giving away game balls, there could be a lot of them.
Bunch of 'em.
Our just a shout out to all the players, even the players on the bench who get very little playing time. You're going to be in there next year probably if you just stick with us. So we're proud of all of you.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll take our last break here. We'll be right back, and when we come back, we're going to talk to Eric Ledoux, our quarterback club president, and I'm going to hear from Eric and from Keith what their ideas are or their thoughts regarding the keys to the game.
We've got it figured out what we're going to do.
All right, very good. We'll take a break now. You're watching the Oklahoma Coaches Show on we're watching the Newcastle Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Stuck inside for Wi-Fi? Not this summer. With Pioneer Fiber, get backyard Wi-Fi up to 950 feet from your home. So you can binge, game, Zoom, or work straight from your hammock. Add it for just $9.95 a month or get it free with a gig bundle. That's cheaper than your cold brew fix. Visit a Pioneer store or gopioneer.com and level up your summer.
back, the Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Network here at Luigi's in Newcastle. Glad to have had a great crowd here with us tonight.
Big crowd.
And we have this is our final guest, and he's going to help us wrap things up. Here with us is Mr. Eric Ledoux. Eric is a big-time racer fan.
Oh, yeah.
He has a son on the team, and he's president of the quarterback club.
Yep.
So, Eric, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Hey, yeah, I'm Eric Ledoux. I'm married. My wife, Tommy Ledoux. She's back there videoing.
That's your best friend, right?
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, add that in, Eric.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. Keep me out of trouble. I have 2 kids. I have an older son that from a previous marriage. He graduated from UConn, and then obviously I've got Jace, who's a senior on the football team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
how about you? Did you play ball? You play ball?
Yeah.
And what sports did you play in high school?
So I grew up in a little town called Conawa, and I played football through my sophomore year, but I was a baseball player.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I got offered to.
When he told me that, Gene, I said, they got football down there?
Yeah. They do, though. The answer to that is yes.
Teams in the 90s,
And tell us about your role on the quarterback club.
Yeah, so I'm the president. It's my first year. On the executive board, I've been involved with the Booster Club for 3 years, really.
Okay, yeah.
And then my wife was on the board last year. She was the secretary. But it's my first year on the executive board.
And what's the role of the quarterback club? Most people know, but probably people don't know always. Like, hey, they're the big fan base and they feed the boys, stuff like that. Talk a little bit about the role of any booster club, but in this case, a quarterback club.
Yeah, you just said it too, booster. The quarterback club's job is to boost the program, help boost the program. The school does a lot, and provides a lot of resources, but we fill in the gaps basically. We feel like our boys deserve the best, and we want them to have the best high school experience they can have.
One thing I learned about quarterback club, it became apparent to me many years ago. You don't wait till your kid's in high school. You don't have to wait.
Absolutely.
If they're in high school and playing high school ball, definitely join the quarterback club. But don't wait.
Yeah.
While they're in little league, while they're in middle school, while they're in grade school, for that matter, join the quarterback club. It's a great group. It's not like they meet 3 times a week and everybody has duties, but you get to hear about some of the functions that they plan. Tell us about some of the functions that you all do.
Well, to your point there, just a little bit. And I want to talk about the board.
Okay.
The board
Yeah.
So we're all really brand new to the board this year. It's kind of a clean slate. But I'm the president. Sean Judkins is the vice president. His wife Teresa is our treasurer, and they have a son on the team, LJ. He's a sophomore lineman.
Number 72.
Yeah.
Yep.
72. Yeah, whatever number he is, I can't remember. Big LJ. And then Brooke Heskew is our secretary, and the Heskews have been involved in everything Newcastle forever.
Yeah.
And they've got another son coming.
What a
Max,
great group!
who's
What a great group of officers they have right there.
Jeannie took your next question for you. He just went right on to the next question.
My bad,
good.
My bad.
No. I wanted that.
You talk about role. We all, our thoughts when we came in, we were just going to continue what we've always done, which would be a great booster club. We had Boomer and Marsha. Marsha's been involved with the booster club for years. Marsha Berry. We were just going to kind of continue the trend, but a vision and the path forward just kind of presented itself to us. We didn't go into it with any thoughts of making any changes, but we have. We've changed the way we raise funds. We created a website so that there's ways that people can donate and become a member, and a monthly membership.
And the value of those donations, what? Go straight to the team.
Oh, straight to the team. Straight to the program.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And our goal is the future. If you don't know, Newcastle's growing.
Yeah.
Eric, from years ago when we played athletics, I remember one of my friends, their dad was the quarterback club, and the eating was a part of it. But it's so changed compared to when I was playing ball. We run out and we had some paper we broke, and that we draw it all up. And now we have these dynamic entries to the field and everything else. And I know that's all part of y'all's through the quarterback club, the entry of it, and that's a big setup every game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That car, when the booster club before us bought that thing, they made sure it was the largest in the state. It was the largest tunnel in the state, all classes. It probably still is. That thing's massive.
Go ahead with the other things that you're launching, though. What's really unique that the fundraising and the
yeah.
website and everything like that. And
Yeah, where we kind of created a collective where the old way of becoming a booster is you paid $25 and you became a member. It's $30 now, but you can still do that. But then we also created what we kind of call a collective, where you can become like a monthly member, and it's just automatic draft from your. And we have several families and at all levels too, not just the high school level, that are involved in that because they see the vision and where we're heading as a program.
How might have, if they don't know about that, how will they find you?
Well, there's a link to it on racerfootball.com, the footballs page. But
racerfootball.com.
And then we also have newcastlequarterbackclub.com.
Okay.
Will Lyles, one of Deacon Lyles' dad, he helped create the website for us and kind of brought us into the future a little bit.
And you're on Facebook?
Yeah, obviously Facebook.
Racer Booster Club?
Yeah.
Very busy on that. A lot of posts,
Right.
Yeah.
Eric, a couple things here. You made a statement to a friend of mine a few weeks ago, and I said this to you. Man, I've been really, really busy. And I said, he's just getting started, okay?
Yeah.
So a lot of those things you've talked about, but tell us a couple of things, events to look for this year that the quarterback club directly is going to be involved in. Obviously, we know the game day preparation. We know the feeding and all that, what you talked about. What about some big events that you guys are going to be involved in?
Yeah, well, we hosted the Meet the Racers. And I know that's in the past. You're wondering what the future, but that was a huge event.
That was a big event.
It was huge. Yeah,
all the racers,
yeah,
all
the
the sports. That's hundreds and hundreds of players out there.
And Newcastle turned out incredibly.
Yeah.
We were all just so pleasantly surprised. But I guess our next big event, other than game days, is we're going to take all the seniors out to eat. That's
good.
something we're doing this year. We always do a captain's dinner before the season and things like that. But we're gonna treat all the seniors.
Well,
got a date for that planned already, or
it's in our off week. I should have wrote that down.
Okay.
It's in the bye week.
Okay.
That way we're not going to interrupt.
Good time.
anything.
Good time there to fill in.
We got another thing. We had a mom's camp, but we're going to do a decals with dads. So you guys know when we go into district play, we put on the black caps.
Oh yeah.
And so we're going to have dads there that day on a Sunday to help the boys change those out.
Now tell us about that a little bit. It's a cover that goes over the helmet.
Yeah, it's
just to change its color.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So when we go to the black caps, we still got the blue helmet underneath. But,
right.
But you got to take the face mask off, and it's a process.
Oh yeah, really.
Hey, Eric. So far, I've seen. Me and Gene have talked about what we've seen, what you've been doing, along with the other people that you have on your group, and very impressive, and a lot of information coming out on the website daily. You keep that very. So if you guys go to the Newcastle Racer Booster page, shout out to the page there that like that, follow that, and you can keep up with about everything that you got going there. So
and you put together a game program. It'll be out.
Yeah.
Ready for the first home game.
Ready for Blanchard. Yeah. We one other thing we did new this year. We lost Coach Hell last year. And so what Coach Hell did the years prior, he would film at the games, and then he would put together a little highlight film for the boys.
Right.
We weren't able to have that last year, and so we've partnered with a group called Story of the Season that they do an online newsletter weekly, so they call it Chapter of the Season. I mean, we link OSN broadcast on there.
Good.
They pull together any news article, all the pictures from Lisa Smith, Jen Lewis, Will Wilburn's there, in the game interviews. So we have the digital every week, but then they're also going to make a yearbook for the boys at the end of the year.
Really?
With every chapter. So each game is a chapter. And then there'll be a QR code in there, so 10 years from now, or 30 years from now when they're my age, they can scan that QR code and go back and look at that.
I'm one of Lisa's favorite subjects. She shoots me regularly.
Yeah.
But I usually have Taj. Taj usually is hogging up the whole picture. But,
That's great information.
All right, guys. Going to wrap this thing up. Big game coming up. Eric, what do you have as keys to the game?
First?
Yeah.
I'm going to be real vanilla. I think we got to tackle. We got to tackle well. We got to put pressure on the quarterback and minimize mistakes. We can't have the penalties in the first half.
They might be vanilla, but those are going to be key.
I think those are big things.
Is that it?
We do that, we'll be competitive.
Yep. I'm going to say I don't have the key to the game, except I do. I'm thinking about composure. Boys got to maintain composure. Big games like this, not just the red team, but big games, you got to maintain your composure so that you stay your game. So tackles, control the ball. What was the third one? Just
mistakes, clean up the penalties.
Clean up the penalties.
Yeah.
Keith, what are the keys?
Gene, I'm going to tell you, I've been over there many, many times, and you've got to slow them down. They're fast. They're going to take off fast. We've got to slow the game. And the way you do that is you control the ball. You got to control the ball. The longer we have the ball, the less they have the ball, which controls it. And we've got to control the line, both sides. The offensive line has to block well. The defensive line has to get pressure on that running back and that quarterback, especially that quarterback. Big play of the game is, and I believe is, we got to have special teams. We've got to have the special teams play that we had last week. And so a lot of those young men that blocked well last week,
keep it up.
Keep it up. We've got to have the big plays from special teams. That's my view of it.
Well, just to remind our fans, kind of the season looks like this. The first 2 games are away games. We were at Bartlesville. We're at Tuttle. The next 2 games are home games. We're hosting first Blanchard, and then we'll host Elgin. And then we enter district play. So, and that'll be our first district game will be an away game at Duncan. So 1 more away game, and then 2 home games, Blanchard here, Elgin here. We can't wait.
How about Racer 2025? You can't get excited about that. Folks, we need you to travel to Tuttle. We need you to go to Tuttle.
On behalf of Eric Ledoux, our quarterback club president, and my friend KC, Keith Cleghorn, and producer extraordinaire Uriah Martinez, we're going to wrap this show up tonight. You've been watching the Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Channel. And on the Oklahoma Sports Network, rather, and we're here at Luigi's, and we just really thank them for taking good care of us.
Wonderful.
Have a good evening, everyone, and we'll see you here next Thursday night. Good night.